Hello, good afternoon. The report, Care and Support Reimagined, is so very welcome, not only because its observations and conclusions point the way to a more responsive and realistic approach to care that will benefit the entire sector, but also because it makes a radical call for profound change to attitudes in the way in which care is viewed. In that context, I'm going to talk about the practice of relational care, which I've been studying over many years now. My studies prioritized the voices of older people and care staff through 150 in-depth interviews, and they resulted in 2 publications. So relational care, like the RCC report, and for many of the same reasons, challenges existing interpretations of what most matters to older people and to carers. Based on the premise that humans are naturally interdependent and that the great majority of us thrive in environments where we can form and sustain natural relationships, relational care questions accepted ideas about independence as opposed to the mutuality of human interaction. And so it prioritizes, for example, security as opposed to being totally risk-averse safety, sharing as opposed to the delivery of tasks, and looking to the future as well as the past. It's therefore a practice that's highly complementary to the call for a fundamental shift in attitude and to the view of the natural human condition that underpins the RCC report. Making relational care work for everyone means ceasing to see individuals as just a collection of needs to be met and moving past the assumptions based on some being givers and some receivers of care. It means, in fact, the very rebalancing of roles and responsibilities called for by the RC Commission. Conditions that favour mutuality are the subject of a research project on relational care by the Open University, based on fieldwork in a variety of settings. This project will shortly result not only in a report, but also in a practical toolkit for use in care settings, such as day centres, sheltered housing, and care homes. Basically, it's natural for people to live in a place they feel is home, not in a hospital or a bland hotel environment or a holiday camp, but somewhere with the atmosphere, decor, and objects that are familiar to them. Indeed, to quote Baroness Andrews, a gloriously ordinary life. So, amongst the factors that are key to the realization of relational care, the physical environment is very important, as it must deliver the conditions that favour interaction, trust, security, and love. It's possible to drill down and define many of these conditions, which is what the Open University work, funded by the Hallmark Foundation, has indeed now done. Time today is too short to discuss these environmental factors in any great detail, which I would have loved to do, so I'll give just one example. The arrangement of communal rooms is a good example. In a care home, it's critical to relationships. There need to be quiet spaces. The seating and other features must create natural groupings. The TV should never dominate an entire communal area. And if the starting point for you is a large lounge, it needs to be split into distinct sections by movable walls or screens. At least one section must enable residents access to snacks and drinks whenever they want. Other examples of environmental conditions include outside areas, meals and dining, private spaces for staff, use of technology. I could go on. The critical factor always being flexibility and choice between company and privacy to create a place of belonging, but also a place that's part of a wider local community, sustaining friendships and belonging. Or as a care manager said to us, it's about truly living life and what it means to be human. So in short, the research we will launch next month at an event to which people here will be most welcome, and the toolkit we're producing, are both a natural follow-on to the Reimagining Care Commission report, embodying its key calls for change in the shape of a practical guide that we hope will be part of the vital movement towards rethinking attitudes to care. Thank you.